Alright, without further ado, there we go. Finally, had to remove some stuff to actually record. Hey there, folks. My name's Mel. I am new to wanting to stream and do YouTube. Yeah. So, that was stupid. Real show of skill right there, folks. Alright. Couple of things I think they can add to DMZ and make it better. So the entire basis of me recording right now. So, alright. Alright. So, number one. What is one of the biggest issues with especially solo players and just overall Warzone DMZ metas? It feels really, really cheap, and it's really, really annoying to be killed by somebody, you know, using a cheat method or alternatively using overpowered weapons. And it is mind-numbingly angering how annoying it can be to be killed by a dude. Right there. I'm gonna go. Okay, how mind-numbingly annoying it can be to be killed by a full squad of players who are using, you know,
Ultra One, you can locate cash reward contracts on the attack map.
Overall stuff you don't like, you know, like, oh, you get killed by a guy with a shotgun after almost, you know, 1v3ing an entire squad. Something I think they could add to make the game, you know, far better would be just very quick and simple. Okay. Very quick, very simple, little, really honestly just an easy fix. Give us a reason to use money. For example, say you save up 300k. Just going into games, your entire squad's total will be added to, you know, each member of the squad, instead of it just being like, oh, my teammates wouldn't drop me their money, so I can only get 200, like, you know, 100, maybe
Ultra One, actual.
60,
UAV is on station.
Instead of, you know, the full extent of how much I can get with my full team dropping me their money because they don't want to listen to me, you know? So, make it to where if I can save up 300k... Am I still recording? Okay, cool. I'm stupid. Okay, I'm gonna go in against that real quick. Hey guys, hi. What are we doing here? I saw one of you guys had a mic. We fighting or can we be friends?
It's all cool.
I hear you're reviving too, so.
Operators in your area are requesting teammates.
Cool. Good choice, good choice. Alright, anyways, now that that's dealt with. Okay. Yeah, but, you know, it's really annoying to be killed by, you know, full squad using shotguns, especially when you almost completely come back, kill all of them for the final dude to jump around a corner with a KV broadside, mag dump you, miss almost all of the shots, hit one shot and down you. Jeez, outrageous. So what I propose is, you know, as I was saying, being able to actually use money in a stash. So stashing the money, 300k is a one-time use item. It will track players who have whatever player kills you. Especially if they have a shotgun, it will actually mark like, hey, they're going into a game right now. You can queue up for somebody who's going to spawn either decently close to them or they're just going to be in the same game overall. So it's going to end up being like, oh, hey, this guy killed me. He pissed me off. He shouldn't have been able to kill me. So, ooga booga, I would like to get revenge. Most times you can, because you'll never let me out to end up in a game with somebody. Unfortunately. So, this would make it to where, you know, you can make the game a lot less toxic by just having players be able to get revenge on on people who are like, oh, I'm gonna be super duper toxic for no reason. Like, I'm toxic sometimes. I can understand the real villain arc you get whenever you hear some other squad and
Ultra One, we're
talking.
seeing increased activity
Especially
in
when
the
they're like, oh,
area.
hey, man.
Stay sharp.
How's your day? Like, okay, especially when they're like, okay, you get the gist of what I'm saying. What the fuck is that? What? Yeah, but I can understand the toxicity, but sometimes, you know, people use meta weapons. I feel they need to be punished. As I was saying, 300k. Just to simply have that be like, hey, I spent 300k, I can get revenge. And another thing is, I was thinking, maybe add a nuke challenge for DMZ. So, if you get one of them done, you get the regular, you know, nuke skin. And if you get 10 of them done, you get a special nuke skin with, like, slight variations. Like, it'll either come in the form of multiple skins, or it'll come in the form of, like, oh, you can click a variant. So you get the Shadow Company variant, as you can see by my Activision name, big old Shadow Company nerd. And also my YouTube name
Ultra
as well.
One, your squad is separated. Suggest you stick together.
Love mercenary groups, or rather, you know, paramilitary corporations, private military companies, yada yada yada. So how do I put it? Why the heck? What? There's two? Okay, that's weird. Yeah, but thinking you get a Shadow Company version of the skin. Just, you know, average, it looks nice. You get a Crown version of the skin, and some of the other factions get their own version of the skin. That's what I was thinking. You could have an AQ, Al-Qatala version, and an AQ version. Then you get the Shadow Company version. You get the Legion, White Lotus.
Ultra One, actual. UAV is returning to base.
enemy stronghold.
That's what I was thinking. I think we get versions, you know, of that skin for doing 10 challenges, and then if you do, you know, the challenge once, you get the regular basic nuke skin. Because not everybody likes to play Warzone. Not everybody is, you know, willing to stop using guns they like so that they can use meta. Oh god, it's one of these guys. These guys. Yeah, but it's thoroughly annoying.
Assault rifle marked.
When you try and get into a Warzone game, you get 4 wins and then some 5 out of, like, literally Warzone streamer who hasn't touched grass a day in his life is consistently doing the new challenge back-to-back for views. And sure, it's cool to get your content creation grind going, but, like, if you're playing with the same squad every single time, what fun is there really? Like, instead of being like, hey, let me carry some randoms to get the nuke, or, oh, hey, you know, let me help out viewers. Because a decent, okay, some chunk of, you know, Warzone streamers, they show them getting the nuke. They will actively get the nuke with, my bad. A small chunk of Warzone streamers will actively get. I've only seen like 2 or 3, but they will be like, "Hey, doing the new challenge viewers." Help my viewers get the nuke, but the majority of them don't, and it's thoroughly annoying, especially when you got the time. You're gonna put in the effort to do this. Just to, like, not help anybody, not to be helpful in any means. Like, at least help your viewer base get it. But onto my third point, because I'm, like, kind of going off topic. This is why I kind of suck at streaming, because I be constantly going off topic.
Enemy sniper!
Ultra One, this is actual. UAV is established orbit.
Where's my drop at? This is why I hate this. This challenge is stupid.
Enemy vehicle!
Copy that. Cancel that.
Yeah, but, long story short, the third challenge, I think you could, you know, make it easy to do, or, you know, the third thing they could add, it would be, not a version of just, like, being able to, you know, use money, but give me an opportunity, right? Oh my gosh.
marked.
Okay, I'm doing trash right now. But, give me, okay, something I'm talking to my buddy about. Give us an implement where we can drag our teammates, just being able to actually legitimately, you know, drag them. Like,
Ultra
oh,
One, your survival streak was
teammates
ended,
down.
but you had a good run. Nice work.
Jesus. I didn't act good enough there. I kind of... Anyways, besides the skill issue. Alright, besides that skill issue there. So, what I am thinking they could add, so the dragging system, make it to where I can drag my teammate, but the only weapon that me, the person dragging, and the person being dragged can carry would be a pistol, or rather use an ADS with would be a pistol. You can still use your primaries. You get like a 5% hip fire accuracy increase while you're, you know, dragging or being dragged. And you can still use underbarrel grenade launchers, kind of like OG Modern Warfare 2. How Ghost drags Roach, the Shepard's pave low before. Good. That's one less loose end. But yeah, so that's one thing. I kind of forgot the main thing I wanted to talk. The other thing I want to talk about. So I went to, you know, the dragging feature I was thinking about. Oh yeah, job system. Give us a job system. So Tarkov has USEC, Bear, Scavs, right? What I'm thinking is you can straight up do missions, and you know it would actually give you a legitimate reason to get later into the missions. And you know you earn operator cosmetics as well as gun cosmetics, stickers. Not really stickers, but mostly gun cosmetic. You know, gun blueprints and also operator skins for doing these missions and, you know, siding with a faction. If you side with a faction, you have to stick with that faction the entire season. So yeah, you have to stick with that faction the entire season, or alternatively you can't you can leave, but you can't rejoin that faction for, you know, a season and a half. So essentially a season, like a whole season plus the reloaded. Or not, okay, obviously like the just until the season becomes, you know, reloaded, like season 2 reloaded, the mid-season, you know, update, content changes, all that stuff, you know. Yeah. And so for example, you get Shadow Company, which Shadow Company would primarily specialize in would be just very, very simply just hunting operators, denying operators, you know, their jobs. So essentially it's gonna be the faction that's like, hey, let's hunt people down. My personal thing is I think the limitations for that should be, you know, you are always, you know, how do I put it? So you always have a 2-plate. So you always will start with a 2-plate, so it makes it to where the more better geared operators can easily wipe you. However, you know, Shadow Company operators will not kill you. And if you get very high up in the ranks, you get a free assault suit kill streak, plus you also get the skin, a couple of different Shadow Company skins, like you get the up armored Shadow Company skin. And I was thinking, so if you solo queue at Building 21, if you're working with Shadow Company, and you're like almost all the way through the missions, like maybe say we're going with the tier system missions, tier 4 or 5, in solo. So essentially, I was thinking solo. If you queue in, you can, you know, you sit on a camera system until the gas starts coming, and essentially you guide shadows to, you know, player squads. Players can shoot the cameras. A chunk of players know that you can shoot the cameras to get the AI off your back, which, yeah, I've tested it. It's really iffy sometimes because I think everybody in your squad has to shoot the camera, but you know, I've solo queued a couple of times. It worked for me. I still got wiped because, you know, solo queuing in Building 21 is terrible because you're under the squads with riot shields, shotguns, Phoenix, just everything that's just bleh. But yeah, now I was thinking for that, you know, you work in a security room till the gas comes. If you can kill every single squad with Velikan at least once, so that means, like, hey, if Velikan is within a very close proximity, like, okay, if he's within, you know, sight line of them, even if they break out of a sight line and they get killed by AI, it will give you a free hidden skin. the Velikan skin, which would be baller. Because I loved Velikan as an operator in 2019. I hated the fact that they brought him into Modern Warfare 2 just for him to get killed constantly, because, yeah, building 21, I will occasionally kill him, but I try my best not to, because I'm like, hey, I do want your grenade launcher, but it's my boy. I loved killing, players in 2019, particularly later in game of Warzone. All the Vanguard sweats, I loved executing them, and then hearing Velikan do his little juggernaut chuckle, aka, if you get to the end of the campaign, the part where you're in the in your Barkov's factory, you're blowing it up, and the juggernaut knocks you down, and essentially, you fight the juggernaut in the end of the game. He does the same laugh that Velikan does. It was hilarious to me to figure this out, but this is why I kind of suck at being a content creator, because I can't keep my mind on the same topic. My friends think I have ADHD, the doctors say I don't. Who knows? The world may never know. Getting off topic again. Anyways, Al-Qatala. So essentially the terrorists, what I think, they can come in pretty much any gear, and essentially their goal is to mostly traffic weapons, find weapons. So the limiter of the Al-Qatala is, they can only go in with one weapon at a time. However, they can start out as geared as they were last game. So if you've got, a 3-plate, you come in with a 3-plate, you can only come in with one weapon. However, you've got a bunch of AI. There's actually a score streak that when you actually do like a certain mission, like mid-tier, you can actually call for reinforcements, which will call in 2 heavy helos of, fully armored guys. Or 4 helos of lightly armored guys. Like 4 little aircraft, you get what I'm saying. So you take that, and yeah, that's that. I don't know what Legion, Black Mouse, or White Lotus would have, because I don't know their actual connection fully. I don't know what faction they really are. I have a sneaking suspicion that one of them is probably the CIA and Laswell. I do know that Crown are 100%, I guarantee it, Task Force 141. I actually had this theory when I heard that we'd be getting a faction called Crown Season 1. And I was like, oh, there's going to be a faction called Crown Season 2. Wow. I guarantee they're British, because the only people who would name themselves Crown would be the Brits. And lo and behold, they're British. And there's only one group of British people, and the entirety of Modern Warfare 2 are irrelevant. And it's Task Force 141. So I'm thinking, if you do their missions, you can get a roach skin. You always will get a roach skin if you side with them at least once. So their special thing is that they can insert anywhere. They can literally spawn anywhere they want. They don't have a locked spawn. And all the Crown operators, they get every single game, they get a random, completely word scrambled out of a million words. They get one word that can identify them from, that they can identify other Crown operators from. And Crown operators, with other Crown operators, can have a squad as big as they want. So this means if the entire lobby is an operator who's sided with Crown, which is hella unlikely, but if everybody is, what they can do, essentially what they can do is they can be like, hey, I'm going to say that, you say the word Tango Zulu or something. And, they are like, oh, wait, Tango Zulu? It'll give you it'll give you a identifying word, and then it'll give it a countersign. Star in, Dallas or Texas, like OG Modern Warfare 2. But straight up, when they actually load into the match, they choose where to land, they choose where to go in. However, because, they get to choose wherever they go in, they have to wait a solid minute after everybody else has started moving, and they come in a payload. They come in from a, big helicopter, so it signals everybody hey, So if you attempt to purposefully choose to spawn on top of another squad, they can straight up wait there. Because if you memorize the spawn, sweats, this will be the balance. You will get murdered because it essentially lets the entire not the entire lobby, but anybody within a sight line of that landing area, they get to be like, oh, they chose to land here of all places? Awesome! I've got a rocket launcher. Yeah. And I was also thinking random event when you extract sometimes. Random event, if a player has a SAM site within your area, the next DMZ game you queue into will literally just be survival. You'll be hunted by whatever faction that player is aligned with, if they're aligned with Shadow Company or Al-Qatala. So that's the only two factions really that will hunt you down. So if you're being hunted by Shadow Company, it's literally going to be like, hey, honestly, there's no point but to run, because no matter how hard you fight, you're eventually going to die, because you will run out of ammo no matter how many missions box you brought with you. And if you survive, you get special rewards. Personal one that I would like to see would be a helicopter crew skin, which, you know, when you're loading into multiplayer, you see the guys telling you, hey, rappel out of the chopper. That's what a crewman is. Depending on what faction you're aligned with, maybe switch it up a little bit. Like a Shadow Company crew skin would be... it would be beautiful. Activision needs to hire me already, and my buddy Penguin, because she's also really good with ideas. I thought I had my mic up for a second because I saw my shadow and I was like, oh my god. No, I've been talking and nothing's been able to be heard. But if you're being hunted by Al-Qatala, you can, this is an option, you can actually cut, you'd probably be able to cut through them, because the fact that they're not all going to be heavily armored, although they're going to be far larger in number than Shadow Company. So they'll be able to surround you a whole lot easier. They won't, you be able to relatively be able to break through, because they're with less armored, less geared, yada yada yada. But you get cool rewards. But yeah, that's the main thing. I don't like how they're going with the DMZ story so far, because apparently Shadow Company is trying to coordinate with Al-Qatala. That doesn't make any sense to me, because it just doesn't. I don't know why Shadow Company would, you know, coordinate with them. We hate corruption and terrorism. Fuck terrorists. So it doesn't make real sense why they're coordinating, which makes me kind of think that somebody is pulling certain strings from behind the lines, or from behind the, you know, background. Shepard was trying to cover his own ass. Graves, I can guarantee, is still alive because he doesn't react to the explosions inside the tank, plus no confirmed body. Because, yeah. Task Force 141 clearly haven't fought Imran Zakhaev in this universe, because if they did, they would have been like, damn. Hold on, let me actually confirm this guy is dead instead of, like, bugging the fuck out. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that's all from, me. I am Null. Yeah, Shadow 02. Anyways, folks, have a good one. I'm gonna go play with my buddy Penguin. I'm gonna try and start uploading more, so that, you know, I'm a lot more watchable. I'll stop having a skill issue because I'll actually start writing scripts, or it'll just be gameplay of me playing and enjoying myself instead of, really... Ooh, oh, hold on. Live rating of the skin. Alright, hold up. I'm kind of liking that. Aw, shit. Not a Shadow Company skin, but I like it. Really deserty, because, you know, yeah. And oh, also, where the fuck are our night maps? Give us night maps. And even better, give us, like, a zombie mode for DMZ, because guaranteed, people would love that. I've already talked to a bunch of people. I've had people be like, oh my god, it'll just be Invasion from Cold War, or whatever the mode was called. Outbreak. But I personally enjoyed Outbreak because it gave a whole new look to zombies. In my personal opinion, it revived it because it was like, hey, it isn't just you're locked into a room or running around a small map. You're running around, you know, big map, actually doing stuff, earning points. You can stealthily deal with, zombies. I was liking that. I was thinking that it could be a DMZ mode where instead of a circle, there's a large horde that's like trying to break out of a secure facility, and they're a lot stronger than regular zombies. For example, they're like exo zombies, which the cutscenes for exo zombies, at least that opening cutscene, was absolutely baller. It was fucking beautiful. It was the first zombies cutscene that I can actually think of where we have a campaign character fucking die. Or at least we see a campaign character. I really enjoyed Gideon. So I was like, no! When that happened, I was legitimately hurt. I was like, no, get it! But, God, already off topic again. I was trying to do an outro. Yeah, but Activision, I hope you see this video. You don't even have to go through all of it. At least, like, take one of my ideas. Preferably the nuke challenge one, because I do not like using meta weapons. I rarely will ever use meta weapons. I prefer my M4 because, hey, M4, my favorite rifle. Give me an M9, please, or a Dragunov, or a PKM, or a VSS, Ventura. Just give us more guns that are cool and fun and iconic and nice. You know what I mean? From older CODs, whether they're iconic from that or iconic in real life. Also, give us an anti-air Barrett. I would love that. Give us anti-air Barrett with special rounds that like instantaneously kill helicopters, or they can like EMP it or something, or like temporarily DDoS it for a short time, so you have to keep hitting it to keep it DDoS, so it'll crash. But that's just me personally, so that'd be pretty cool. Anyways, this is Null signing off. Zero bitches. Peace.